Akobian here with 1000 GM. I'm here with my student, Jonathan Maktik, and we're looking at the round 2 of the Hollywood Super Swiss event, Jonathan. Once again, if you're not sure what Super Swiss is when you have enough foreign players in a tournament when there are no requirements of playing foreign players. The tournament becomes a Super Swiss because you have enough foreign players in the event, enough GMs, enough IMs, so all the players are eligible for the norms. In this matchup, we have round 2. We have Vladimir Georgiev, Grandmaster Georgiev, with the white piece against our own CM Mahajan. Let's take a look here. We know Rushan's opening repertoire, but now we're going to get a little test. No e4. Against e4, we know he's a Caro-Kann guy. But against d4, I don't recall too many games.
Knight f6, yeah.
Nemzo.
Yeah, makes sense.
And Vladimir is a very experienced grandmaster, and he decides to play the Rubinstein. e3 is a Rubinstein variation of the French defense. Now he castles. Bishop d3. Rook e8. d5. David 5 he plays. The idea to try to fight for the center, and in this case you don't want to take, because if you take, you're just going to give up the bishop. You only take on c3 if you're at least going to double up the pawns, you know. Bishop f8 by Rushan. I also seen the move bishop d6, encourage this move, and then go bishop f8, because then you can play for the e5 break. But because if you go here, then you actually can play c6 and then go for e5 pawn, okay? But he played here, castle, b6. c5. Inaccuracy, the better move is bishop a6. Actually, it makes a lot of sense to trade the lights for bishops here. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to play bishop a6 and trade the bishops here. So I think this would have been an okay move here as well. Okay. Opening up the position, bishop c5, knight f4. And now it becomes clear that, you know, this is kind of tricky for Rushan here, because how to defend this? He's setting take, 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 and bishop h7. Bishop g4. In c2 now. Knight bd7. h3, questioning the bishop, bishop e6. Rook d1. Again, isolated pawn. And black pieces are placed a little bit awkwardly. They're not as active here, you know. Inaccuracy. The better would have been to put a bishop on d6 here to try to put some pressure. Bishop a6, attacking the rook. Rook c7. Knight b5. Rook c6. Bishop b7. Rook b6. Bishop d5. So Georgiev just managed to win a pawn. Now the knights are quite active. So Rushan doesn't want to take, obviously, because if he takes, rook takes d5, and the only thing is 2 bishops, you know, that we can say, okay, they have 2 bishops, you have a little bit of compensation. Knight f4, putting pressure. Now he goes queen g5. This is an inaccuracy because this is allowing the move knight d6, which he missed. So here the best move would have been queen b8, moving the queen away from the pin, and also controlling the d6 square, and also putting a little bit of pressure here. So queen b8, most likely knight e6, takes h4, and basically we'll get a position where white is just simply up a pawn. Okay. By the way, if you're wondering why not this, takes, you take here and you get background mate because the queen is covering the h2 square. Okay, so you have to be very careful with the tactics here. So instead he played queen g5, and that just unfortunately just losing for Rushan. Knight d6 would have been very strong. Knight d6 takes, and knight d8, and we have a rook hanging, threatening knight d6 and pick up on d7. It's just very bad position. In fact, he took here and played knight d4. Queen g6 by Rushan, trying to mate the grandmaster. Queen takes g6. And now we have a position where we have two rooks versus queen and extra pawn for black. So this is just not going to be that great. But okay, some threats, some knight f3 ideas for Rushan. Trying to fight. The problem is this knight g5 check. This knight g5 check will be very strong, so he's trying to do that. And here you cannot take, because if you take, you're actually going to get mated. Knight g5 check, check, and you're going to go rook h8 mate. So that's why he goes here. Ooh. And look at this now, threatening mate. Wow. So nice calculation. Yeah, if you have to give up the queen here, yeah, it's just completely hopeless now. Yeah, strong play by Grandmaster Georgiev. Unfortunately, Rushan got an uncomfortable position out of the opening, and it was very difficult to play for the rest of the game. So solid game by Georgiev, and now he got on a scoreboard with the victory here. Thank you guys for watching this game, and we'll be back with more coverage for you.